New from Imprint on 4K in this amazing set is Spellbinder, a 1988 cult movie, which I somehow have never discovered or stumbled across at any point. You know, love can be intoxicating and sometimes deadly. So Spellbinder, it starts like a sort of late 80s erotic thriller where we have Jeff, played by Tim Daly, rescuing Miranda, played by Preston, from a violent altercation, and the two quickly fall into an all-consuming, passionate relationship. But something's not right. It can't be as simple as that. You know, Miranda's a little bit secretive. The people around her are watchful, and the deeper Jeff falls, he begins to realise that he hasn't just fallen in love, he's been chosen. What begins as a romance slowly mutates into something far darker, a story of cults, manipulation, and a final act, which I won't get into too much, but we'll just say this is where the film definitely earns its cult status.
Do you mind if I ask what that was all about?
I'd rather not think about it.
Right from the start, Kelly Preston is fantastic. She's got a real presence here. She is magnetic, equal parts vulnerable and unknowable at the same time. And the film hinges on her ability to keep you guessing, and she absolutely delivers wonderfully on this. There is a kind of softness to her performance that makes some of the things that come later on, you know, hit even harder. You know, it's got this wonderful 80s aesthetic. It's glossy, sun-soaked California, looking throughout big houses and warm lighting, clean interiors, the kind of living spaces that just only seem to exist in movies. And it contrasts beautifully with the underlying current of something just not quite right here.
Those things you were saying about the solstice were fascinating.
I didn't know you were listening.
I couldn't help overhearing. I was curious. You said it was a holy night. What religion were you referring to?
It is a cult movie, and although it does have some tropes, it kind of gets rid of most of them. Instead of kind of robes and chanting, the film embeds within relationships the real horror that's there. The cult isn't obvious, it's insidious. It's seeped into everyday life. Your next door neighbour could be a cult member. The police officer you're relying on could be a cult member. You know, it's an everyday type of thing. It's taken away the fact that these are megalomaniacal, evil people, which they are, but they're hiding in plain sight. And I kind of like that idea about it as well. Directed by Janet Greek, who I think really leans in to that kind of hazy late 80s erotic thriller at the start of the film, but she lets the characters build, she lets the chemistry do the work before gradually tightening the tension. It's controlled, it's patient, it's kind of confident, and you can tell it's all leading towards something spectacular. Now, the one thing I did mention, and I won't get into it too much, is the absolutely barnstorming ending that this one has around it. You know, it's phenomenal. I didn't think it was going to go in that direction, but when it does, you can ultimately see why it's really built that cult reputation. The last stretch goes far harder, darker, and meaner than expected. I love it, and it reframes the film for me as I look back at it. You know, what started as something that was really kind of fun. It was easy to watch. There was nothing too much going into this. It was just one of those late 80s, yeah, I'll throw it on and enjoy it. Became something that I was gripped to the end of it. I can't believe the direction that they go, and it's making me want to go back and revisit the film to see what exactly I missed. That's a great sign. Now, I hadn't seen Spellbinder before. I jumped on and looked at a copy that was on Amazon Prime. I would look at some of the trailers. The 4K upgrade that they have gave this is unbelievable. It is spectacular. It's a serious kind of upgrade that makes you sit up and pay attention. I absolutely adored it. The bright sunshine was amazing. When you're in these incredible interiors, you're seeing everything. It has that kind of 80s warmth feeling about it, a little bit hazy as well. When it gets to some of the darker sequences, you can see everything with great detail. It is incredible. Absolutely loved it. This is a film where I went from going like, yeah, this is fine, to whoa, loving it. Let's dive into the extras and see what there is. Here we are in the disc for Spellbinder. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have an audio commentary by director Janet Greek. Next, we have Witchcrafting, interview with director Janet Greek, which runs for 31 minutes, 45 seconds. It's a great talking head, and one of the most exciting things that came from this was she was talking about her previous film, which is a film I have been struggling to find for the longest time. Couldn't remember the name of it. It was one I loved in the 80s, and I was so happy to finally get the title of it. It's called The Ladies Club, for anybody interested. Brockstar, interview with actor MC Gainey, who is a character actor that I absolutely love. He looks wildly different now, but again, another good information here. Effects Magic, interview with the makeup effects designer Rick Straitons, talking about some of the amazing effects in the film. From witchcraft to witchploitation, interview with film and occult historian Heather Green is exactly what you would expect, and it's wonderful, full of great information. Spellbound, interview with actor Anthony Crivello, who plays the kind of main bad guy in the film. He's talking about his career, where he was in the 80s when this project came around. There is also a storyboard gallery and a theatrical trailer. Also included in this set is a booklet with some great information, and my absolute favourite, there is a copy of the shooting script included, which is a terrific extra, and that is the extras for Spellbinder. There we have it. It's a great package, particularly the screenplay, which I really love as well, and I'm looking to go back to read that and see what else I can piece together, because I'm really interesting. This is one of those films that sneaks up on you. Starting off as a glossy, romantic, maybe erotic thriller, before coming into something far stranger and far more unsettling, with something really dark underneath. It's not perfect. It takes its time, but when it lands, it really lands. I really enjoyed this one, way more than I thought I was going to, and I would highly recommend checking this film out. I'd love to know your thoughts on Spellbinder. If you're going to spoil anything about the ending, just put a little spoiler warning, because we don't want to waste it for other people who haven't seen this one. I'd love to know your thoughts on the film, whether you loved it, hated it, or fell somewhere. And as always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, or links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.